Magic Makers. I'm Mobirella.
And I am CJ Peterson. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. Get your wands to the ready because
we solemnly swear we're up to no good.
And we were this weekend at Comic Conroe and then some. So, Mombi, you want to start us off and the mess that we or the mischief we got? I said mischief we made at Conroe.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun this weekend. Well, it was nice because the some of the groups that we levered there, we had the Star Wars group, the Star Trek group, and with the Star Wars group specifically, the Jawas was probably one of the funnest part. Hey, I'm so glad you made it.
You said hi.
We met this weekend. Actually, they popped up on the third day.
Oh, nice.
And so I'll be sharing them in the third day's walkthrough. I'm still working on editing. I have lots of footage. And so I've got lots of videos coming up still. We have a bunch up, though. And I think it was during our interview with Vic Manjana that the Jawas showed up.
Speaking of the Jawas, one of my con stash was a Tribble that I traded with the Jawas for a couple books. So I had some fun with them.
Yes. That's funny because, the Jawas, if you don't watch Star Wars, are traders. Hold on, I'm going to shift. I'm sorry. And so they were wandering around with a bag full of goodies and just trading for things. So I had these on my table and I was giving some of these away. And they traded me some sunglasses for a shirt. And I'm like, great. And I put these little HEB sunglasses on. I'm like, it's like looking through Band-Aid. That's not a good trade. I made a bad trade. I think your trade was better than my trade.
You still got a cute Tribble. But they were
I was going to say, with those are from the Star Trek group, the little creatures that like constantly multiply in the show. And Tribbles. Yes, the Tribbles. And at their booth, they always have those that you can give a donation for their charity that they sponsor and get them. They're so cute.
Well, speaking of the Jawas, they were at the 501st. And they're also, there's the one that says, hi, MLW Fishing Man.
Hello.
They have a charity that they're working. They gather money for Make-A-Wish to donate to them.
Yes.
So it's kind of nice when you can kind of figure, okay, if they're helping others and they're paying it forward, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that they have charities that they sponsor. And these groups always have something cool at their booths, too. Like they have these big builds. The Star Wars group had the Ewoks and then like one actually in a hang glider over your head. The Star Trek group had the transporter this year, but they have something different every year. And so you could actually like stay in the transporter. And I've got an interview coming up we did with them where we were in the transporter during the interview. So that was neat.
No Magic Making Mischief hosts were harmed in the making of that video.
Right.
We all came through okay. So what other con stash did you find?
Okay, so I've got a bag full of goodies over here. Okay, well, my husband actually came up and he did a little shopping, but this year I'm proud of myself. I actually did some shopping. I almost never get a chance to shop. I don't remember which one he got this from, but this was Indiana Jones comic book.
Oh, fun.
And it's the one with the blonde and his dad. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. He loves Indiana Jones. I'm surprised he didn't cosplay as him this year, but he usually does. And I got a couple autographs. I got Vic Mignon. This is Vampire Knight. I am
secret stashed one that was hidden.
Yes, he had this one hidden away because I asked him. I looked like they always have some on their table, and so I looked. I'm like, I don't see Zero from Vampire Knight. He goes, oh, I have him. So I got this one from him, and then he signed it Zero Hearts Mombi.
Oh, he was hysterical.
He was fun. He was so fun. And then when the Jawas came up, that was even more fun. So that was crazy.
Yeah, you guys go check out the Vic Mignon video when you go see the Jawas. Yeah. Fun.
We've got the interview video up and the panel too. So.
And we sung during Vic's interview.
He has a great voice.
He does.
I didn't even know he sang. He started that with his panel. He was singing it, sitting there waiting for it to start.
It was
Journey.
So yeah.
And then
Town Boy.
Yeah. I got the Hellraiser one.
Nice.
From, Paul. This one's Paul. It was my husband actually surprised me with this one. He got it for me. It's silver, so it like stands out where he autographed it really good. Okay, this I didn't get there. It was actually brought to me there, but you got to see this. It's hand drawn, and it's me. So this is.
I didn't catch that was you. That's cool.
She's even got the pearl necklace on that I love so much. She brought it to me. This is Elena Lorenzo, and she's on Instagram and stuff. I actually met her at Comic Conroe last year, and she just went around and was doing this Persona 5 style art for people. And she told me, she says, hey, I'm gonna meet you up there. I've got your picture. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so when she came up and handed it to me, I'm just like, oh, it's so pretty.
That's so cool.
I thought that was awesome.
The artists are super talented.
Seriously, I do not have artistic talent like that. I can sew and I can create videos, but I do not have drawing talent at all. Like at all. Hold on, I gotta go. Oh, at the very end there, the Star Wars enthusiast.
Yes.
There we go. Came and set this on my table, and it's a little Baby Yoda sticker. It says, the galaxy is big enough for all of us to shine. Kindness is the way. And she set that on my table. I thought that was so sweet. I was like, oh.
That is sweet.
I did a little bit of actual shopping other than autographs. This is from Shell Bunny Creates, and she actually made these earrings while she was sitting there. I don't know if you can. Oh, nice.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, they're little bats with little red jewels hanging from them. And I have a vampire fetish, obviously. Well, if you can't tell by the autograph I picked. But yeah, I thought those were so cute. She handmade those sitting there. And then I got one of her stickers. This is Sit Sprites from Studio Ghibli. Well, they're in a bunch of them, actually, but they're kind of like a recurring theme. It's a Japanese little, they're just these cute little black fluff balls that float around. I don't know how to explain them if you don't know what they are, but they're adorable. And then I got two little hand sculpted pieces for my kids. So hopefully they're not watching right now because it'll ruin their surprise. But this was from
if you're watching, turn away.
Right. Don't look. This was from the Lurking Quirk, and they hand sculpt all of these. And so I got two little ones. I don't know if we can see this. This one's a little dragon, and this one's a little fox, and they're just adorable. Aren't they so cute?
They are cute. I didn't catch those.
They have good detail. They did other ones too, but I got these specifically because I wanted to get them both something special.
Very
cool. Yeah, they had all kinds of little sculptures they did. There's some of them on the pictures that that'll show. But they had this little plant guy too. I almost got him. He just looked, he kind of reminded me of Groot, like his way his face was, but they were just these different little plants that were tufted up on their heads.
Very cute.
But that's my haul.
We'll check out my haul. They had these cool cups, and anybody who knows me knows I love collecting these things. This one is Stranger Things, which was the theme for Comic Conroe this year. Yeah. And the really cool thing with this, Jackie's the one that makes them, and that was that merch table up in the front. These can actually go in the dishwasher.
Nice.
So they're the tumblers that can actually go in the dishwasher, which is why I love her stuff.
It's not going to wash off all the words whenever you wash it.
Exactly. You don't have to hand wash it. For the 501st, they had some really cool, they have cards of their people.
Oh, I forgot to get some more. I was going to get another one.
It's really neat. And one of them was R2D2, who we did interview. That one's probably going to be up in the next week or so.
Coming in, yes.
Take your time. She needs to sleep, guys. She'll get up.
Sleep.
I'll work on a compilation one when she's all done, but we'll get there. And then let's see. I had my Tribble. And then the fun is, and then anybody who knows me knows I love Stranger Things. I got the pop for 11 where she's eating Eggos. So it's this one. And so I got my 11 to join my other pops. And then for the autographs, I got, this is Peter Calamus's. He kind of did a scroll thing for me, and he signed it right there. And he was the original Goku.
He was a fun interview.
He was. And then I got Greg Sipes's autograph. And Greg had this little pup named Buddha. And he actually has a little stuffed animal on his table that represents Buddha. And Buddha was a friendly little bugger. He was so cute. And he was adorable. sweet. He was fun. Peter Clamus is a kick. If you're around him, he's like he's Greek, and he's got like that sense of humor that goes with it, and it's hysterical. We went to the Texas Roadhouse while we were there, and before we got there, I kept telling him about the butter at Texas Roadhouse. And so what he did was he had one of them, and it's a little short video that I'll add to the compilation one, but he goes, you know what this is? This is God's marshmallow. This marshmallow made from God, and it's the butter. And I lost it. It was hysterical.
And you shared some of that on Facebook already, right?
I did.
Yeah.
And then there's Paul. I have the same one you got with the same on the side.
Yep.
This interview was fun, and if you watch it, we kind of at the end of it was hysterical. He's talking about this movie that he made, where he was like a trucker that was kind of trying to was like doing sex trafficking and stuff in it, but he's always like, his famous line is I'm happy to help. Right. So at the end, he did this. If you watch the whole video for the interview, he did this thing from Hellraiser, a line from Hellraiser, which is kind of creepy. And I'm like, but he's happy to help.
Right.
He's funny.
Well, and we had Wendell, who's going to be a guest later on. He popped up on in the middle of that. And it's funny because he had this piece he'd made from Hellraiser that we learned about. We didn't know. I don't guess either of us have seen it before because we didn't know what the box was. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah.
Wendell will be on at another time. He actually creates all this stuff himself.
Yeah, all these different movie props and stuff. They're so detailed. They're cool. Hey, Regina.
So, yeah. And then Chuck Huber's been in all of them. And so I had already gotten his for the Doctor for Star Trek Continues. And so, of course, I had to get Vic's Captain Kirk.
You get a matching set. Now, this is their Star Trek dedication like videos that they make, and they're actually free to watch online. He gave us the website in the interview, but it was they do a whole storyline basically. So it's
and they've had some big names like Lou Ferrigno was in there. There's some from Buck Rogers, he said. There's some from Doctor Who, Baker, the guy who played Baker, and or Colin Baker, one of the doctors, and his companion was in it. And there's like a whole bunch of, and it's free to watch. It's Star Trek Continues is how you look at it.
I thought it was funny because Chuck at the panel that they were all in was saying, I thought this was just in your parents' basement. You know, why do we have all these big guest stars coming on here all of a sudden? So I thought that was hilarious.
There's some he said from Buffy was in there.
Yeah.
There was, I guess, a whole list of them. And I'm like, okay, I need to go watch it now.
It's like
go watch it.
Like they have like a bunch of guest stars that come on there. That's cool though. That's really neat.
Free is good.
Yes. And then I guess you can find out who's an undercover Trekkie who guest stars on there.
Definitely. And yes, Regina, I'm going to too. I'm gonna have to binge it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it too. I didn't even know about it till they started coming to Comic Conroe last year. I guess Chuck, somebody mentioned it with Chuck last year. Yeah. And so that's what brought it up. Chuck Huber. Yeah. It stops where the original series stopped and kind of we're talking Captain Kirk series, not the spin-offs, because there's been so many different ones since then. Well, I didn't realize Star Trek the Star Trek group did a panel, and I didn't realize there was so much spin-off stuff from all the original stuff. There's like 2 cartoons that are out right now, and I'm just like, what?
Lower Decks is one of them. I can't remember what the other.
You went through all kinds of stuff. I'm just like, I had no idea this was a thing. I mean, I know it's a thing, but like not that much was out there.
If you notice toward the end of the video, Mombi couldn't do this. So
we figured out later it's the left hand. My left hand is very untalented as it is. Yes.
We were like super gluing our fingers together.
I think we should have switched sides on that. Maybe I can like that. Let's see, I can do it with my right. Oh, there goes part.
Try to do your left.
But like my no.
Yeah, not happening. She tried. She tried.
Oh my gosh.
She tried.
We had fun. We definitely had fun.
Oh wait, there's one more.
Oh, you got Jimmy Hart.
I did. Parmesan says he's a right-hander. Yeah, I got Jimmy Hart's, and it was really sweet because I have a friend who absolutely loves him, and he couldn't come. You did it. And he couldn't come. So what he did was he made a short video for him. And that was really sweet. And he signed
that's
for him. And we called him and flipped him out. It was funny.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, he said he's worked with Hulk Hogan and a couple others, right? I can't remember.
Big, huge,
like,
huge.
In the wrestling world for sure. And he was a lot of fun actually. I got to do a short video on Comic Conroe's Facebook forum with him and R2D2 wandering around, like checking out some of the booths and stuff, and that was funny.
So Greg Sipes is big on like animals and stuff.
I forgot my bracelet. I did get a bracelet from him. I forgot it.
So we got them. So you can check them out at gregsipes.com. So those kind of came with like the doggy.
And if you know Teen Titans, he was Beast Boy in that, and he's done like a lot of stuff actually. And
Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, he was in Gilmore Girls. Okay, so and his first panel there was some mic problems, but I asked him. I said, "Can you still remember the dance from Gilmore Girls?" And he gets up on the couch and did it. And I was like, "Okay, I'm keeping that." So that's in the day one walkthrough from Comic Conroe because I couldn't believe he climbed up on the couch and did the dance. I'm just like, oh,
he's funny. They were all of them had a great sense of humor this weekend, and that's what kind of helped, keep everything flowing and just super fun.
I love the smaller cons like this too because they feel more personal, and you get that chance to kind of get to see the personalities of the guest, and actually get a chance to do more stuff. It feels like,
Exactly. And you get to have a little bit more time with them too, especially if it's somebody that you really want to talk to. Like I said, Greg Sipes was in General Hospital for 7 years. He did a little bit in Gilmore Girls. He did tons of voice acting. Then you have Taylor Thomas, who likes to, did I do that right? Taylor Thomas. He likes to do
Thomas Taylor, because Taylor Thomas is the kid that was in Home Improvement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Taylor.
Yes, that's it.
He likes to do indie films because he says he really likes doing that and showing them off. And I thought that was really neat of him. And then, of course, Chuck Huber, we got him was like the last interview on Sunday. You guys have got to watch this thing.
Oh my gosh, I got to get that one up because we were on this downward slope of energy. And so everybody's brain was scrambled. Oh my gosh.
All three of us. It was a mess. It was fun, but it was a mess.
At one point, I'm like, so you're you do voice acting with people? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, no, I meant the lessons you do. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think I made that clear. Let me back up on that one.
I'm actually scheduled for August 2nd.
What is that?
He'll be on August 2nd.
Oh, yeah. Oh, awesome.
Yep. I just found out yesterday and I have a chance to tell you. So yeah, Chuck Huber will be on August 2nd. Super excited.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So Scott, the one that runs Comic Conroe, is having internet issues. However, he said that there were some sneak peeks that I could share. The one big one that we really wanted to share, he hasn't been able to confirm yet. So he said in the next couple of weeks, we will be announcing one of the guests for next year. And trust me, it's a good one. You want to do it. Speaking of next year, the dates for next year will be, drum roll, please. 2024 is going to be March 8th, 9th, and 10th. So make sure to mark your calendar for that. And we were talking about Star Trek peeps. Get your Star Trek.
You can do it with both hands. I got it. Look what I
did. Get your Star Trek stuff on because next year's theme is going to be Star Trek: The Voyage Home.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I already know what the Star Trek Zavala group is doing for it, and it's super cool. I got an idea on that one. And then let's see. I think that's it as far as the updates for next year. But it's always fun. Tons of dates. Yep, March 8th, 9th, and 10th. So it's always fun. And the smaller cons, I love this. This is their 3rd year. So next year we're gonna have some more fun, and I'm excited.
Virginia's in H-Town. Are you gonna come out next year?
It's in Conroe.
Yeah, it's out in Conroe, so it's not too far from Houston.
No,
but Well, and I like that it's like I said, I like that it's the smaller conventions have a more personal feel to them. You know,
Mhm.
there's
Well,
actually been a few that have come out here in the last couple of years now, so
there were
I'm happy.
there were tons of artists and vendors, crazy talented artists. There were comic books. She said she might. There were
Yay!
comic books. There were and there's gaming going on. So there's
Yeah,
video gaming and there's board gaming. So D&D peeps, they're going to be like a huge room for the D&D people. There's video gaming going on. There's let's see what else. There's
they had
merch.
the lounge this year. I didn't ever catch it with anybody really in there too much, but they had it set up with like I don't know if they're going to do that again next year, but they had it with like some karaoke at one point. I don't know.
Yeah, they tried. But what they're going to do next year is in the place of where the music room and the gaming is, they're going to combine the two. And
Oh,
it's going to be tabletop gaming. So like D&D and all those other tabletop type games, they're going to have all that there. And then on the
yeah,
other,
they had a lot of like the tabletop games and stuff. They had a lot of ones that they were doing. My daughter went in there at one point. I don't think I got footage of it because she didn't take my camera, but they were doing. I can't remember the name of. They got a bunch of different ones they were doing though. They were doing like the Masquerade, a couple of versions of D&D. There was one that was supposed to be like after your campaign, you're at this bar and you're trying to like trick each other. I don't know. So I'm reading to you.
he said, took me an hour and 30 minutes to arrive in Conroe. So was it worth the drive? That's the
It seemed like you had fun. I'm sorry. Okay, so whenever he showed up, I was like, "Do you want to meet some people?" And so I'm walking around. I was looking for you. I couldn't find you because CJ runs all over the place. She's as bad as me. And I ended up running into.
She's that streak over there.
I ended up running into Cheryl Trent, who we had on the show just before the con, and Yukita, who were trying to get on there. Yukita cosplay, and then also Dire cosplay, Daniel. Ran into those three with them, but I felt like I was giving them like the long walk around because I'm like, I'm not finding these people. I was like, I'm sorry, I walked y'all all over the place.
That's okay. You got them introduced. The judges were awesome. We had Mariana Lowry, who was a guest on ours. And then there was also Peachy and Fairy.
Yes.
Yeah, they did amazing. And their cosplay, they were the princesses for Saturday. All of them did. They did like themes, and I thought it was really cool for them to do.
Yeah, they all kind of matched, which was nice. The first day they were X-Men, and the middle day was Mario themed. I think Mariana did Belle 2 days in a row though, but I love Belle. She did the two versions of Belle.
No, the princesses was second, wasn't it?
Maybe the prince. Yeah, that was the second day. Yep, because it was in my day 2 walkthrough part 1. Yep, that's right.
What
So
was
I'm like, it's Princess Day. So the last day must have been the Mario ones then.
that? Could be.
That makes sense. Okay.
And there was
Well, I thought Mariana's X-Men was
she was a she killed it. And then
yeah, she was like she's all got the Mystique blue and everything. Oh, the tickets, Regina?
we'll have next year when they're posted.
Yeah, they're not too bad though, actually. Like
you can get like a weekend pass, you can get a VIP thing, which gets you like tons of little goodies, including like one of these.
Then he even had the age range levels of passes, and then there's sales throughout the seasons too. So keep an eye out for the sales. I try to share them on my Facebook and stuff too, so that people can see that they're coming up. So a lot of these will have sales on their tickets throughout the year.
Definitely. Sometimes what they do is usually there's like a pre-sale or like an early sales that you can grab, but it's definitely worth it because like I said, the smaller cons are great because the stars even get up and walk around once in a while.
Yeah, honestly, like if a quiet moment hits and they're like just tired of sitting at their table, I watched a couple of them go out and go into the booths and look around.
A couple of them went shopping. They're just like, oh, yeah. And then I know Greg took his puppy out a couple times, so yeah, they just chill.
At one point, I found there was somebody over there, and Greg's having them throw one of the dog toys, and his dog's fetching it. Little Buddha's fetching it. So that was cute. That was cute.
Yeah, we hope to go see him in the end of May. We'll be in Cali, so hope to stop by and see him.
Nice.
Walk for your lunch. Hey, that's a thing.
MK3 fan. Hey.
It's fun. I thoroughly enjoy them. I know my next book show is going to be at Chautauqua Festival in Longview Public Library, but the next con I'll be doing is Kilgore Geekend in Kilgore, Texas. That's the first weekend in May.
Okay.
I know that next week we're going to be talking about Comic Palooza, which Mombi will be at.
Yes, Comic Palooza is my next one coming up.
So we'll be giving you a down low on Comic Palooza next week.
Yeah, I was trying to think when the dates were. My brain went blank. But also right after that, I think the next weekend after that is Kimo Kawaii too. Like they're real close.
Yep, Kimo Kawaii is the first weekend in June. We do have Comic Palooza next week, and we'll have Stephanie Naldoni, voice actor from Dragon Ball Z. She'll be on the week, not next week, but the week after. Yes, book shows, Regina. I'm an author.
Yeah, I say.
I'm an
author. And funny thing is we met at Comic Conroe the first year, and that's how we first met. So I'm gonna tell a little bit of this. Hold on. and I started reading her books after that, and I got addicted to them.
She's actually recording, which is a challenge because there's 18. So
I think I'm like the last leg of it right now until she starts. She's got another one coming out soon, but I'm trying to finish up the trilogy I'm on right now.
And actually, Mombi is going to be doing the audiobook for the trilogy.
The Sands of Time. And that's the sci-fi one, which I love. I love it because the kids have special powers in it. And that was the first ones I read, and I fell in love with those ones especially. So when she asked me to do the narration, because I did, she let me do chapter 1 on my Mombi Rilla Reads, because that's my other channel. And she messages me and she's like, "Can we talk?" I'm like, "Oh God." She's like, "I'm not to take it down." She hates it. And then she offers like, "Do you want to do the narration?" I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, yes." I'm working on it right now. I'm letting my voice heal because I have to have the character voices right. If they don't match, I feel really like mad about it. So I have to get it just perfect. And I've got my recording studio. Don't ask. And so right now I'm just waiting for my voice to come back 100%, and I'm going to finish up recording on where I'm at right now. So yeah, check out TJ's channel if y'all are on YouTube or Facebook. Check out her stuff too. She's got shares a lot of her book stuff on there. She does actually like author stuff, so it's really cool. Like if you're aspiring to be an author or have ever considered it, there's some really awesome stuff on there. Great resources.
Yep, and it's at CJ Peterson for YouTube.
Of course. Yeah, I'm Mombi Rilla. So if you don't know me, I'm Mombi Rilla. So you can Google me.
So if you're watching this on my channel, make sure to look up Mombi Rilla and subscribe to hers as well.
Comic Palooza is coming up May 26th and 28th. And yes, Kimo Kawaii is literally the weekend after that, it looks like. So.
And then the weekend after that, I'm going to be at Fan Expo Dallas, where I'm so excited. The Stranger Things geek in me. Last year I got to meet Sean Astin there. This year I'm going to meet Joseph Quinn and get his autograph. So I am like stoked. That's my birthday.
Okay. Who does Joseph? What part is Joseph Quinn in? I just started watching Stranger Things because the whole Comic Conroe theme. So was Stranger Things, and I'm like, I gotta watch
season 4.
Okay, I'm not that far yet. Okay, I'm in season 3. I just started season 3, so I actually just met what's her name? Peggy Miley's character in it, and she was supposed to be at Terror Fest last year, but she got COVID right before, so that was sad. But yes, we have a full schedule coming up.
I wonder if she'll be here this year.
I think that is a definite maybe. I'm not 100% sure on what's going on, but like I know she felt really bad that she wasn't able to come to this this last year because everything was set up. I mean, it was going to be her first convention, and so it was kind of a big deal, So
I hope so. Like I said, the Stranger Things geek in me, loving that.
Yeah, and what's funny is I remember her from the Cheerios commercial. Growing up, like I swear, she was the grandma, and there was the little baby, and there's all the Cheerios on its tray, and she's saying, "This is where your uncle lives," and she set them up like they're different cities in the U.S. And I remember that it was such a cute commercial. That was back when we watched commercials, right? It must have played a bunch back then because it stuck with me. And I'm like, I know her face from somewhere. So that's so funny because I look everybody up whenever they're announced as a guest. I want to find out more about them.
They're fun though. I love Comic Cons. I love book shows. I love the energy in it, and I am totally a geek. Which one have you not seen? The Stranger Things show? If so,
I just started watching it. I like have binged the first couple of seasons now. It's a good show actually. I liked it. I'm in season 3 and it's kind of a little different. Like they've changed it up right now, so I'm not.
Yeah, they flip it back and forth. Yeah,
I'm not as like into it as I was the first couple. I think like it's stuck with the same.
I will say this. Probably one of the best sci-fi scenes I've seen is at the end of season 3. And you'll know it when you see it. You'll get like goosies.
Okay. So I won't give up on it. I'll keep going.
But the beauty is those kids were like little kids and they are phenomenal actors. Yes, Stranger Things, you must watch. So fun fact, I am the age that the kids are playing in Stranger Things. I was that age growing up. So literally what they're going through.
You mean in that time period is what you're saying? Because like
the age that they play in that show in the 80s, I am that same age. I was that same age at that time.
Because the way you said it, it just sounded like you were saying you were a kid once.
I was a kid once.
I was a kid once too.
But literally, like the age that they play when they went into high school, that's the same as me at that time. So it was neat. It's very nostalgic, especially for soul timers like me. But it's fun, and the sci-fi geek in you will just geek out.
So it's definitely got a lot of the 80s. If you love the 80s, it's got a lot of that in there because in that time period. It's funny because like I was watching them with the phone at one point. I was like, my kids have never used a phone like that. Right. That kind of makes me sad.
Yeah,
you should get the one with the extra long cord and the little handle. You feel like you got something real special because you can go in the other room, right?
Go down the hallway to make your phone call. Oh yeah,
it's just so special. Now we got cell phones. We're all just like wandering everywhere. So
I forgot a really cool part of Comic Conroe for those who were not there. Mombi and I were Wednesday on Sunday.
Yes, and that was funny. We didn't even think about that beforehand, but after it was so funny because Magic Making Mischief is on Wednesdays, and we were both Wednesdays.
So we made a little commercial for Wednesdays at 11. It was fun. But we are over time. So you can learn more about Comic Conroe at comicconroe.com. The old stuff is The old stuff is currently still up, so give them some time to turn it around. They kind of got to recover first. But make sure to get onto their Facebook group. It's the one that's got right now, I think it's 2.4 thousand followers. Make sure to follow in there because in the next few weeks, there's going to be the first guest announcement. And trust me, it is one that you do not want to miss. Next year is going to be the voyage home. So Star Trek geeks, I'll even two-hand it. Yeah. Make sure
I lost it.
And Prosper, she got it. Yay! So in the meantime, get your wands to the ready because mischief managed.